At its core, the Dark Souls 3 narrative is an exploration of the cyclical nature of time, the corrupting influence of power, and the inevitability of decay and decline. The game takes place in a world where the first flame, the source of all life and fire, is fading. Players take on the role of the Ashen One, tasked with reversing the spread of darkness and rekindling the flame. However, as players progress through the game, it becomes clear that the narrative is not as straightforward as it initially seems. The game's story is presented through a series of fragmented, non-linear vignettes, which players must piece together to form a cohesive understanding of the world and its history. One of the key aspects of Dark Souls 3's storytelling is its use of symbolism and metaphor. The game's world is filled with recurring motifs, such as the cyclical nature of time, the corrupting influence of power, and the inevitability of decay and decline. These symbols are often presented in a cryptic, open-to-interpretation manner, allowing players to draw their own conclusions about the game's meaning and themes. For example, the game's use of the Ashen aesthetic is particularly noteworthy. The Ashen, a series of decrepit, crumbling structures, represent the decay and decline of the world. However, they also symbolize the cyclical nature of time, as the Ashen are constantly being reborn and rebuilt. This ambiguity highlights the complexity of the game's themes and encourages players to think critically about the symbolism and metaphors presented throughout the narrative.